Assalamu alaikum everyone. How are you dears? Today we are going to discuss about the rest of our diary of Anne Frank. We already discussed our first part. Right. Then which are the things we discussed? Why we wrote some answers also. Right. Oral comprehension check. What makes writing in a diary a strange experience for Anne Frank? Give me why. What makes writing in a diary a strange experience for Anne Frank? What? Writing is stranger. Writing diary is strange for Anne Frank. She never written anything before like this. Then Nandagini, she also thinks one will be interested in musings of, no one will be interested in the musings of a 13-year-old schoolgirl, right? A 13-year-old schoolgirl. Writing a diary is strange to her because she had never written anything like this earlier, and also no one. Then she thinks that no one will be interested in the musings of a 13-year-old schoolgirl, right? Okay, next one. Why does Anne want to keep a diary? Because she can write all kinds of things from her chest, and then she doesn't have a friend, and so needs a replace for it. Then she said that paper has more patience than people. Okay, next one. Why did Anne think she could confide more in her diary than in people? Because more patience than people. Paper is more patient than people. Since she doesn't have any friend, the diary would be the one she could confide in. Okay, then we can discuss the next. All of you listen. Since no one would understand a word of my stories to Kitty if I were to print writing, I think it's the time to start. I would better provide a brief sketch of my life, much as I dislike doing so. But a pen plunge me to enter impetuously. To plunge, to enter impetuously. That means to start. My father, the most adorable father I have ever seen, didn't marry my mother until he was 36 and she was 25. My sister Margaret was born in Frankfurt in Germany in 1926. I was born on 12 June 1929. I lived in Frankfurt until I was 4. My father immigrated to Holland in 1933. My mother, Edith Hollander Frank, went with him to Holland in September, while Margaret and I were sent to Aachen to stay with our grandmother. Margaret went to Holland in December and I followed in February when I was planked down on the table as a birthday present for Margaret. I started right away at the Montessori Nursery School. I stayed there until I was 6, at which time I started in the first form. In the 6th form, my teacher was Mrs. Kupras, the headmistress. At the end of the year, we were both in tears as we said a heartbreaking farewell. In the summer of 1941, Grandma fell ill and had to have an operation. So my birthday passed with little celebration. Grandma died in January 1942. No one knows how often I think of her and still love her. This birthday celebration in 1942 was intended to make up for the other and grandma's candle was lit along with the rest. The four of us are still doing well, and that brings me to the present date of 20 June 1942 and the solemn dedication of my diary. Okay, listen all of you what happened here. Okay, since no one would understand a word of my stories to Kitty if I were plunged writing, because I started, we already discussed which are the things intended or compel her to write a diary. Okay, I would better provide a brief sketch of my life, much as I dislike doing so. Okay, my father, the most lovable father, lovable, adorable means lovable father I have ever seen, didn't marry my mother until he was 36 and she was 25. My sister Margot was born in Frankfurt in Germany in 1926. I was born on 12 June 1929. I lived in Frankfurt until I was 4. Okay, I think you can go. You can guess, right? My father immigrated to Holland in 1933. My mother, Edith Horrenter Frank, went with him to Holland in September, while Margot and I were sent to Aachen to stay with our grandmother. Margot went to Holland in December and I followed in February when I was plunked down, plunked an informal word put down in a casual way on the table as a birthday present for Margot. What is that? When I plunked down, when I put down in a casual way, say that on the table as a birthday present for Margot, just like that. Okay. I started right away at the Montessori nursery school. I stayed there until I was 6, at which time I started in the first form. In the 6th form, my teacher was Mrs. Cooper's, the headmistress. At the end of the year, we were both in tears as we said a heartbreaking farewell because their attachment, their strong feelings. In the summer 1941, Grandma fell ill and had to have an operation. So my birthday passed with little celebration because she was not well. Oh, Grandma. Grandma died January 1942. No one knows how often I think of her and still love her. Okay, how many times in a day I am thinking about her and love her. This birthday celebration in 1942 was intended to make up for the other, and Grandma's candle was lit along with the rest. The four of us are still doing well, and that brings me to the present date of 20 June 1942 and the solemn dedication of my diary. What is that? The four of us still doing well, and that brings me the present date of 20 June 1942 and the solemn dedication of my diary, talking about which are the things happened in that time and everything is a solemn dedication to my diary. Okay, all of you, then all of you read again. Since no one would understand a word of my stories to Kitty, read. Completed. Okay. Question number 1. Why does Anne provide a brief sketch of her life? Since no one would understand a word of Anne's stories to Kitty, if Kitty, the comma her diary, if she were to plunge writing, so she think the writing brief sketch of her life. That paragraph itself, small paragraph itself. The answer in that small paragraph itself. Okay. What tells you that Anne loved her grandmother? They fall ill and she did not celebrate her birthday, and when the grandmother passes away, she writes in her diary and that she often thinks about her and still loves her. This tells of Anne's love of her grandmother. Okay, again I will explain for you. When Anne's grandmother falls ill, she did not celebrate her birthday, and when the grandmother passed away, she writes a diary that she often thinks about her and still loves her, and this tells of Anne's love for her grandmother. Okay. Then she again started to write her diary, and we want to answer these questions after this chapter. Why was Mr. Keysing annoyed with Annie, and what did he ask her to do? How did Anne justify her being a chatterbox in her essay? Do you think Mr. Keysing was a strict teacher, and what made Mr. Keysing allow Anne to talk in class? Okay, that is the thing. These are the questions we want to answer after our chapter. Then all of you listen carefully everything. Okay, dears, listen. Read. Our entire class is quacking in its boots. The reason, of course, is the forthcoming meeting in which the teachers decide who will move up to the next form and who will keep back. Half the class is making bets. Gian and I laugh ourselves silly at the two boys behind us, Cian and Chacus, who have staked their entire holiday savings on their bet. Okay, results going to publication of their results and bet and everything is going. From morning to night, it's you're going to pass. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Even Gia's pleading glances and my angry outburst can't calm them down. If you ask me, there are so many dummies that about quarter of class should be kept about. So many gossips and everything rumors. But teachers are the most unpredictable creatures on the earth. Why it is saying like that? Because we don't know the students expect. They are expecting that surely you and you are you agree like. But they also didn't believe. They can't believe what is going on. But surely what happened? Here, everything changed. Okay, the teachers are the most unpredictable creatures on earth. Okay, I'm not so worried about my girlfriends and myself. We will make it. The only subject I'm not sure about maths anyway. All we can do is wait. Until then, we keep telling each other not to lose heart. I get along pretty well with all my teachers. Okay, before, I'm not so worried about my girlfriends and myself. We will make it. Then surely I know that I can make it. The only subject I am not sure about that is maths. Anyway, all we can do is wait. Until then, we keep telling each other not to lose heart. Okay, they just tie up that is, don't worry, surely if we fail or not, surely we want to accept everything like that. Okay. I get along pretty well with all my teachers. There are 9 of them, 7 men and 2 women. Then here I get along pretty well with all my teachers. until are 9 of them. 7 men and 2 women. Mr. Keesing, the old fogey, that is old-fashioned person who teaches maths, was annoyed with me for ages because I talked so much. Okay, talkative, who, and that's why she little bit fear about her math subject because she is an old-fashioned person here, and Frank said that Dr. Keesing is an old-fashioned person and annoyed with me for ages because I talked so much. Who is talkative here? Anne. Okay, after several warnings, he assigned me extra homeworks and essay on the subject, a chatterbox. A chatterbox, what can you write about that? I have worried about that later. I decide. I jotted down the title in my notebook, tucked in my bag and tried to keep quiet. What is that again? Listen again. Was annoyed with me for ages because, same paragraph, I talked so much. After several warnings, he assigned me extra homework and essay on the subject. Assigned me because I am very talkative in his class. That's why he assigned a homework, extra homework, that is I want to write here and want to write one essay. Subject is a chatterbox because she is always talking. That's why here Dr. Keesing give one essay. She want to write one essay, a chatterbox. A chatterbox. What can you write about that? I have worried about that later. I decided. I jotted down the title in my notebook. I tucked it in my bag and tried to keep quiet. That evening, after I had finished the rest of my homework, the note about the essay caught my eye. Oh, I want to write. I began thinking about the subject while chewing the tip of my fountain pen. What can I write as a topic like chatterbox? Then anyone could ramble. Ramble means talk or write aimlessly for long. That means she don't know what about that. Then ramble on and leave big spaces between the words. But the trick was to come up with convincing arguments to provide the necessity of talking. But here what she think about that? She think about that surely I want to convince Dr. Keesing about the necessity of talking. Then I thought and suddenly I had an idea. What is that? I wrote the 3 pages Mr. Keesing and assigned me and was satisfied. Okay, anyway, I wrote the 3 pages Mr. Keesing and had assigned me and was satisfied. I argued that talking is a student's trait and that I would do my best to keep it under control. What is that? Then I argued that talking is a student's trait. Talking, then here what she argued through that essay, she said that talking is a student's trait and that I would do my best to keep it under control. Okay, anyway, she wrote, she was not, she is not write anything against that chatterbox, but she wrote that talking is a student's trait. Okay, talking is a student's trait and that I would do my best to keep it under control. Surely I will do several things to keep. That means I will try to keep it in my control. But that I would never be able to cure myself of the habits if my mother talked as much as I did, if it not more. And that there's not much you can do about inherited traits. That also she added, but she said that I think that I can't throw it away from my own traits because it is instinctive one, because my mother also like that. Understand? Okay, because Mr. Keesing had a good laugh at my arguments. But when I proceeded to talk my way through the next lesson, he assigned me second essay. Okay, then again she goes. Okay, and this time it was supposed to be an incorrigible. What is that? Incorrigible means something that cannot be corrected. Corrigible chatterbox. That is the topic of The next essay. What is that? An incorrigible chatterbox. I handed it to Anne, and Mr. Keesing had nothing to complain about 2 whole lessons. However, during the 3rd lesson, he would finally had enough, and Frank, as punishment for talking in class, write an essay entitled Quack Quack, said Mr. Chatterbox. Okay, first chatterbox, another, she didn't, that means again she repeated, that's why she got incorrigible chatterbox. രണ്ടാമത് പറഞ്ഞത് ടോപ്പിക് ഏതാണ്? Incorrigible and incorrigible chatterbox. Then മൂന്നാമത്തെ ക്ലാസ്, മൂന്നാമത്തെ ടോപ്പിക് എന്താണ്? Quack quack quack, said mistress chatterbox. The class roared and had to laugh too, thought I had nearly exhausted my indignity, that means originality and inventiveness, and on the topic of chatterboxes. Okay, it was the time to come up with the something else, something original. My friend Sam, who's good at poetry, offered help me write an essay from beginning to end in verse, and I jumped for joy. Then after Sam said, surely I will help you. You can write an essay like a poem. And Mr. Keesing was trying to play a joke on me with this ridiculous subject, but I will make sure the joke was on him. Surely, then she tried to give. Mr. Keesing was trying to play a joke on me with this ridiculous subject, but I would make sure the joke was on him. Surely, I expected that. Here I finished my poem, and it was beautiful. It was about a mother duck and father swan with the 3 baby ducklings who were bitten to death by the father because they quacked too much. Understand? They bitten to death. Who here? And then father, because they quacked. Then that baby duckling, here the father swan, what he did, he beaten to death whom? To death by the father because they quacked too much. കൂടുതലായിട്ട് ക്വാക്ക് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് ബീറ്റൻ ചെയ്ത കുട്ടികളും അമ്മയും എന്താണ്? Who killed them? Swan. Mr. Keesing took joke the right way, and he read the poem to the class and adding his own comments and to several other classes as well. Since then I have been allowed to talk, and I haven't been assigned any extra homework. On the contrary, Mr. Keesing always making jokes these days. Okay, then first in first part we discussed about why she write and her problems and everything, and second part we discussed her personal belongings, her past, talking about and everything. Then and Mrs. Kupras is the important person there, and turn your page is the incident of Dr. Keesing. Okay, maths teachers incidents. Okay, chatterbox, incorrigible chatterbox, and what is that name of quack quack? Quack quack quack, said Mr. Chatterbox. Okay, we completed our chapter. Then I think you got the chapter well. Surely you want to read the chapter well, then only you can. Don't forget you are in 10th standard. Understand all of you? 10th standard lannulla karyam marakkanda. Study well everything. Don't wait for teachers. Teacher tannillillo therakku ennu vicharichu nikkanda. You take your own things fastly and everything. Okay all of you. Then take oral comprehension check, all of you. Then question number 1, what is that? Why was Mr. Keesing annoyed with Annie, and what did he ask her to do? Mr. Keesing was annoyed with Anne Frank because she talked too much in the class. Just scribble, just question talked too much in the class. As punishment, he asked her to write 3 pages essay on chatterbox. He gave 3 essay on chatterbox. Okay, it's only hints. You want to elaborate it. Okay, you know, I told you that 10th standard ഈ 2 പോയിന്റ് എഴുതി 2 മാർക്ക് കിട്ടൂല. അത് നമ്മൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യണം? നമ്മൾ എലാബറേറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് എഴുതണം കേട്ടോ. Then next എന്താണ്? How did Annie justify her being chatter in her essay? Annie justified her being a chatterbox by saying talking is a student trait. Write down. Talking is a student trait. T-R-A-I-T. And also, since her mother talked as much as she did, there is not much you can do about her inherited traits. Listen. Then by saying that talking is a student's trait, and also since her mother talked as much as she did, thus not much you can do about her inherited traits. Do you think Mr. Keesing was a strict teacher? No, Mr. Keesing was not a strict teacher because he enjoyed that essay later, right? Okay, if he was a strict person, surely she will maybe she want to stop her studies in that school, but nothing happened. He enjoyed well. Okay. Then what made Mr. Keesing allow Annie to talk in class? Okay, write down. And was given an essay to write 3 times for talking in the class. This time, with the help of a friend, she wrote a funny poem and about a quacking duck. Mr. Keesing took the joke well and since then did not stop her from talking in the class. Listen all of you, I will give you. Anne was given an essay to write the 3rd time. Anne was given an essay to write the 3rd time for talking in class. This time with the help of a friend, she wrote a funny poem about quacking duck. This time with the help of a friend, she wrote a funny poem about the quacking duck. Mr. Keesing took the joke well and since then did not stop her from talking in class. Did not stop her from talking in class. All of you, okay, study, read the chapter well and these question answers also. Inshallah, thinking about the text, surely I will give you more question answers from this chapter through WhatsApp. All of you, study well and study well. Okay, all of you, thank you.